With advancements in technology happening at a very fast clip, opportunities are also opening up for those who have the know-how to take full advantage of them. Once equipped with the skills, one can easily grab the chance for a viable means of living that more often than not many can actually seize and flourish in. Take, for example, the mass adoption of blockchain technology and supporting Philippine dApps or decentralized applications, or to become a developer or take on projects that aim to build on the Internet Computer Protocol. A bit too complicated? Good thing there is now a non-profit organization that actually aims to educate people on these complicated endeavors, especially non-tech savvy people. And to tell us more about the golden opportunities awaiting those interested in the field of Web3 is Mr. Nelson Lumbres, co-founder of ISLA Camp. Good evening, Nelson. Thank you so much for dropping by PTV News Tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Charms. Thank you for having me.
Great. You know, I'm very excited to learn all about Web3. I would like to say that there's lots of things on the internet and not all of it is true. So we're very happy to have, I would say, an expert on the topic. So first off, what exactly is Web3 development, and what exactly is the difference from traditional, the traditional web and the internet?
Yeah, well, we can say that Web3 is the new iteration of the internet. We can go back a few decades during the emergence of the internet. We can call that as Web 1, and we can coin the term as read, wherein somebody will publish maybe a news editorial like yours, and everybody will just basically read. And right now, where we are right now, we can call it as Web 2, and we can coin the term as write, wherein yeah, you can create your own content and everybody can interact with it. And platforms are free because, of course, if you're not paying for it, you are the product. And when we go to the internet right now, we go to the centralized entities like Facebook, Google, Netflix, Amazon, whatever. And yeah, so this is controlled by centralized entities. And for Web3, we can coin the term as owning a piece of the internet. So it's a change and it's a shift in a narrative wherein it's going to be more decentralized, and it's going to be a more user-controlled internet.
Okay, so very interesting. You said Web 1 is more of reading, so we are mere recipients, we're the receivers. And Web 2 is where you can write, so we can be contributors. And Web 3 would be owners, like we can actually own a piece of the internet. When you say centralized technology or companies, are you talking about owned by massive companies where you can take a part of their technologies, but you're actually limited to the rules and regulations of these companies? Yeah,
exactly. With what you mentioned, you're limited with the rules. Means to say, if you have this innovative idea, you have this project that you want to launch an Amazon Web Service. Of course, you'll be needing you'll be needing their capabilities on deploying your website, similar to PTV4. And what if they decided suddenly the next day that they don't like your website because it is featuring Bitcoin or Ethereum or the popular cryptocurrencies? They can decide to take it down, and you cannot do anything about it. And another thing is you're paying on a regular basis. Basically, the owners of a company, basically they put their credit card details there, and that platform, let's say Amazon Web Service, already have that credit card details and everything about you, CVV, middle initial, birth date, and everything that they need, because you need their platform. So in the future, it's going to be different. In the future, through code of law, what we call, meaning to say, the code will be open source in the public. You can audit it, you can check it. I mean to say, if I send the money to you, it's confirmed within the blockchain. There's no centralized entity that needs to oversee that transaction indeed happened. And yeah, I'm going deep, but
no,
it's one of the main differences of Web 2 to Web 3. Similar thing a few years back, maybe pre-COVID, the emergence of GCash by Globe Telecom together with other banks. This is something that is very useful right now. Everybody's using
And
it.
Paymaya, to name a few.
To name a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is controlled by a centralized entity right now. I mean, say there's Globe, there's a full stack of IT team that they hire just to monitor, just to ensure that it is safe. And then again, by logic, the traditional IT stack that we have right now is really immune to, not immune, but it's always getting hacked. We've experienced that with major banks, even with everything that we're using right now. And through Web3, so blockchain, by logic, by code, again, you can check it, it's going to be open source, it's going to be tamper-proof. Again, it's going to be borderless, it's not going to be contained within the Philippines. And think about it, if you have an emergency and you want to send money, or you want to receive money coming from abroad, it can be done in a snap. And it doesn't have to wait for a swift transaction approval of several intermediaries. So that's just one example, but yeah, I can go on with a lot of examples.
The opportunities seem endless.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned blockchain technologies. Very simply put, for those who are not as tech savvy as yourself, who are watching us right now around the world, what is blockchain to begin with?
Well, we have popular blockchain technology right now. It's all started with Ethereum. Basically, we can go back to Bitcoin, but it serves as digital gold. I mean,
Cryptocurrencies, yes.
Cryptocurrencies, meaning to say we can make an example with the pizza transaction that happened on Bitcoin. So through a public forum, basically one developer asked to be sent pizza at his home. Wherein he'll be sending it, in exchange he'll be sending 10,000 Bitcoin. That's very popular right now, and because it's worth billions right now. So it serves as a currency within the community. They decide on the price of it, and of course the price right now is big. And then there's an emergence of the smart contracts.
Okay.
Through blockchain, means say the emergence of Ethereum. Wherein through code, through ledger, you'll be able to create a transaction hash with it. Again, similar to Bitcoin, confirming that a certain transaction indeed happened. But the difference is you can put a certain information within that smart contract, like NFTs, something like that. And the emergence of Internet Computer Protocol, ever since research has been done since 2017, recently launched in 2021, wherein not only a certain, it won't only serve as a ledger, but it can host the full IT stack.
Okay.
Means say it can host your website. You won't be needing a firewall for security. It can also serve as a server to your platform. So anything under the sun, any idea that you may have, if you're a startup project, you can build on the Internet Computer Protocol.
So basically, you're giving the power back to the people,
Yes.
decentralizing everything and opening up the possibilities for creation. How can one become a Web3 developer, and what kind of opportunities are currently available for a Web3 developer? We'd like to know, for example, like what industries or what forms are the demands for Web3 developers most asked for?
So we have to also check on the blockchain value add to companies because there's a research that recently was published wherein in 2030, $3.1 trillion will be the blockchain value add, not the value of the whole cryptocurrency, but the blockchain value add to businesses. And it's going to start actually exponentially by next year, because right now it's not even $1 billion. I mean to say, MasterCard, Visa are already kind of playing with it. I mean to say they're releasing this product and they're hiring blockchain people already to learn more about this technology, and it's going to grow even more. So think about that. Meaning to say, from Web2 traditional companies are already tapping on this technology for Web3. So the blockchain value is really going to grow. And for project builders, we're looking at the next, maybe Amazon, the next TikTok that will be built decentralized. They'll be looking for developers. So very critical here is the developers. And it's an opportunity for Filipinos because we have a lot of developers right now.
Yes.
So we just have to provide that proper education, and it can be life-changing to our fellow Filipinos.
Okay, in terms of adoption or getting people to jump on and become a Web3 developer, what are some of the challenges that you see would somehow hinder the adoption of Web3 or to have someone also learn to be a developer?
Yeah, we're currently...
And how can we address it? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, we're currently partnering with a lot of universities and local government units. And I think the challenge of the government will also support us. We're just providing free education. We're trying to work with them as well. We're presenting to them, and we're just asking for their concurrence on what we're doing and to bring more credibility. But everything that needs to be sent for the workshop, for the education, we will be doing it. Even the certification and the platforms. But we've partnered with a lot of universities, and we realized that a lot of students still lack hands-on knowledge on even traditional languages like Rust, TypeScript, JavaScript. And when we asked them, they were taught with theories. So there's a big problem with that. So what happens with theories is you graduate and you get employed with the traditional companies. And a lot of traditional companies like banks doesn't focus on that infrastructure of IT. That's the reason for the hacks. But yeah, so that's the mindset of students right now. So we want to change that mindset. Wherein you have this global marketplace that can be an opportunity for any Filipino developers that won't judge you if you're Filipino or you're from a third world country. This is borderless. This is a global marketplace. And anybody who will learn will be able to deploy their smart contract, their project, their ideas within this platform. We'll take advantage of it. Can be life-changing for them, actually.
Yeah, and you being one of the co-founders of ISLA Camp, this is your mission, to educate people to adopt to new technologies, and one of them is Web3. What is your outlook on how the Philippines is going to jump on the Web3 bandwagon, and how does the future for the Philippines IT world look like?
To be honest, it's going to be, I'm very optimistic, especially with government right now. Our president has been announcing support with technology, which is really good. I think he mentioned also a blockchain somewhere there. But yeah, it's going to be a step-by-step process wherein we have to educate even our government official. But I'm quite positive because they kind of see that this is an opportunity to change the economy of the Philippines or even the lives of Filipino people. So yeah, I think it should be good, especially with us, with what we're doing. We're educating, and moving forward, we'll also be incubating projects, good projects, wherein we can showcase to the global marketplace internationally, actually.
As you said, there is $3 trillion just waiting to be tapped. So
Yes.
that is a huge opportunity. It's a blue whale, as they say.
Yes.
Nelson, before we end our Q&A, why don't you invite our viewers to take part in ISLA Camp's activities and how to get a hold of you?
Yeah, kindly follow us on our socials. We have an ongoing nationwide hackathon right now. Almost on a weekly basis, we have code camps. We have our YouTube channel wherein we provide all the technical resources. But best to message us if you have a community or you're a leader on a university and you want to educate your students. We'll even provide the pang-merienda and everything is spending. But the idea there is really to take advantage of this technology.
All right. All they need to do is just show up.
Yes.
All right. Many thanks, Nelson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.